Welcome back to Share the Game. Today I got Ayaz from Ever East.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for inviting us, Amaan, at your studio here.
Yeah, first time doing a podcast. Let's talk about the products anyway first. So what's Ever East about and what are these products here?
Okay, these products are ready-made marinades, all in one, complete dry. You don't have to mix paste or add anything to them. This Ever East was founded by me and my sister when I had a spiritual dream.
Okay.
And it's from our late father's unique secret recipes since 1984. 2017, I had the dream. And then from that dream, we launched in 2019 at the BBC Good Food Show.
Okay, mashallah, yeah. So, but you never look back since, obviously. We'll talk about you going national later on in the podcast. So, obviously, this ain't just Ever East coming to Birmingham now. You've had it for a while. It's going national. But let's talk about where it started from. So, let's talk about, obviously, you said you had a spiritual dream. But before that, let's talk about your father.
Yeah, my late father had
homemade spices and stuff.
Yeah, my late father used to run chip shops across West Midlands.
Okay.
So, there were 2 or 3 chip shops that me and my brother used to work from after school. So
what were they called?
They were called Victoria Fish Bar. One was Alibaba Fish Bar. Then, MMT Fish Bar. Now it's called Alibaba Fish Bar. And then Victoria Fish Bar. And then we had Paradise Shahi Kebab House on Alum Rock.
Okay.
We had 2 in Aston on Alum Rock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So talk to me about that.
So my dad was always innovative with doing such spices and stuff and such marinades. So people from Manchester, Luton, London used to come to Aziz Textiles to shop, and then they used to come and eat. Dad used to produce these, and in Alum Rock, and from there he created tandoori flavors like masala fish one, tandoori chicken, the tandoori lamb, and the southern fried.
Okay.
He was very innovative, and then he had a heart transplant in 2001. So he had a heart attack in 99. Heart transplant, a total new heart. His heart was damaged. And then we lost him in 2020.
Okay.
But before, he went, he saw us establish, to grow a little and launch. So he was there at our first launch at the BBC Good Food Show in Birmingham, NEC. He also saw us getting 400 stockists in Birmingham and West Midlands.
So mashallah, at least you've seen a bit of the journey and it's Ever East.
Yeah, he saw a bit of the journey, and our mother, who supports us a lot, makes dua for us all the time. She has seen us grow from 2019 up to 2024, and it's been an amazing journey, but there's been obviously there's always bumps on the ride, isn't there?
100%.
You don't get a success overnight. So we have launched 4 flavors. So we've got tandoori chicken, this one, we've got a southern fried one, we've got tandoori chicken for masala for fish, and we've got one for lamb as well.
Okay,
4 products, 2 different sizes.
And most of these were tried and tested by your dad, obviously, in the fish bars. So you got a customer base that's already happy with you.
Yeah, and to be honest, I started from a kitchen. So when I had the dream, so shall I just tell you a bit about the dream?
Yeah, go on.
So the dream, I came home one day and I said to my dad, coming from a psychology profession, I didn't want to lecture and teach no more.
Okay.
So I said to my dad, make supplication to God that I start a business. So I didn't know anything about Ever East. I didn't know anything about anything else. So Dad said, okay, why don't you make a supplication yourself after Isha prayer and read to Nafal and then make a supplication, go to sleep. And then you'll get a dream. And then that's what happened.
Okay.
So before Fajr time, I had a dream and I saw empty shelves, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I looking at these empty shelves in my dream? I'm saying that to myself. And then I hear a voice saying, Ayaz, why don't you do your dad's marinades? And that, was so, overwhelming. I got up, I went into sujood, so prostration, and I prayed, and then prayed in the masjid, came back home. Mom and dad lived next door. So I told my dad the story. And he was amazed. He said, well done. Why didn't I think of that 20 years ago? I said, because you didn't have the dream. So, and from there, I started from the kitchens. And then I got my sister on board, Aisha, who is my other co-founder. And she had a good head on her shoulders. She was financially stable, and she has been working hard with me. So every shop that we made, from first shop, walking into a first shop, she was with me on the journey.
Step by step. So talk to me about yourself. So obviously, you skip past your bit. So you come from a psychology background.
Yes. That's
Okay,
right.
so then how did that, so you worked in your dad's places, so the fish bars, Victoria, like all these places, and that's where you kind of like, so how old were you then? Teenager?
I was a teenager. I was about 13, 14.
So you had the hard graft of cutting the potatoes, like doing all sorts of
serving customers face to face, cooking fish and chips, obviously burgers.
in the hot oil every day.
Hot oil, in the doner. And them times we used to have an old knife,
the saw one.
knife, which you couldn't, now they've got these
the
machines.
machine. But even the machines hot, because obviously we had a pizza shop as well, and then the machines, like, that's 200 degrees, and then obviously you got the pizza behind there that's burning, oil and stuff. So what I'm saying is, so you saw what can go wrong. And like how bad it is in terms of like how you feeling. Obviously you're making money, the profit's there, but I mean how you feeling, like, because obviously you're not always willing to go inside and like get the graphic.
No, me and my brother, like if I was 15, he would. When I went up to 16, he started joining as well. So he was about 11, 12. So when I started, I was around 12 as well, 13. So coming after school, helping our dad out because he was alone. And he had one worker, so there was no other brothers or someone to help him. At times they did, but he had other employees. So it was kind of, hard, as you say. But it was a feeling that, I could do this. I could face customers face to face. So you had some really good customers, and you had not really so good customers. But that's
to talk to us about. So you got the good experience when the customer comes in. They say how your day is, etc. You have a good conversation. But then the bad customers. So talk to me about like a bad customer. You got any?
So a bad customer
memories
in them days. It was why the chips were cold or when they weren't, but then you have to have patience, and you say, you know what, don't worry about it, I'll cook you some more chips. I'm sorry if it happened before. So I kind of learned them kind of manners in the first instance. So my dad taught me really well, and my brother. So it wasn't that, no, I'm not going to give you chips. Pay me some more money. Nothing like that. It was a really good learning curve for me at a young age to become a entrepreneur, so like a businessman. So, and that kind of always was in the back of my mind. I went back into education after 10 years.
So why stop is what I'm saying. So that was my question, was, so you got the establishment.
So from there I left with a few GCSEs from school, but I didn't really focus. And then one day I'm working in a factory doing machine operating, and then I suddenly stopped. I was there for a few years. And I say to myself, what am I doing here? I could have educated myself. So I seen all the classmates who were well educated. And
how old are you? About 22, 23?
I was about, I was about 21, 22.
Okay,
Yeah, something like that.
And then you went back into education.
So then, I started doing youth work, and then I went back into education. So I did my access course to university. From college, and then I did my psychology degree. And then I did a teaching qualification or a degree as well.
So, and then you became a teacher.
Then became a lecturer now.
A lecturer, So how long were you a lecturer for?
So I am lecturing right now.
Oh, you're still lecturing? Okay.
Right now, so, but I did a lot of supply teaching. At the same time, when my dad had a heart transplant, me and my sister and other siblings were looking after our dad as well. So I couldn't take a full-time job. So we were caring for him. I took supply teaching.
Okay, I got yeah. So how was it like juggling that? So obviously it takes an emotional toll on you, because obviously your dad's gone from being a businessman, working every day, grafting, and then now you can't do it anymore. So
now he can't do it anymore. And when he saw this, it was like the same emotions arose again. The same feeling.
It feels like a child. You're ready to take on the world again. And
he saw me and my sister like it's him doing it.
Like the next step.
And he was saying to me, talk to me about production. So you know how much effort goes into this. So if you look at the label, if you look at how many ingredients go in there, ingredients we have to buy separate, the flours we have to buy separate, suppliers we have to meet, negotiating on prices, negotiating on production, and all that was an experience and a lot of help from my dad.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
late father, who said to me, but the beautiful thing he said to me once was, Ayaz, you're a better negotiator than I ever was.
Okay. Yeah.
And for me, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like that otherworldly feeling.
Like when you when your father says this to you, you're a better negotiator than I was. The way I was compromising, negotiating prices, compromising on what flowers to choose, who to get them off. He said you were better than me on that, and that makes me proud. You know.
Yeah.
And my father was my best friend.
100.
And it was very emotional when he passed away in 2020. He was also close to my siblings, especially this sister as well. And I said to her, look, this is his legacy. So this Ever East is his legacy.
Yeah.
We need to continue.
So, you know, let's talk about bringing your sister in. So was it a tough conversation, like, to get it on board? So, you know, this is when you've had the dream. Because obviously, if my brother comes to me now and he goes, I've had a dream, let's open up a pizza shop or whatever, I'm looking at him like, you're mad. You know, like, because you've got a certain job, like, you've worked through this whole career, but now you want to change it and go back to what your dad was doing earlier. Kind of, like, it's like an innovation of that. So how was that conversation?
Yeah, she was a social worker. So,
Okay.
and then she had kids, and she... Because we both got kids, and it's hard to, you know, manage a family as well. So I have 4 children, she has 3, and at the same time, she had an idea of opening a business as well, which was a good thing. So when I spoke to her, it didn't take me much time to convince her. All I told her about the idea, and she really liked the idea. And I said, look, I've had a spiritual dream. There is a risk, but it's not a big risk because it's coming direct from Allah, from God. And this will work. And then she says to me, let's do it. So before, obviously, she said, let's do it, I had to break it down for her. So how much, you know, money she has to put in, how much capital I have to put in, and the energy that we have to put into this product. You know, it's a full-time kind of job.
It's a big commitment.
We won't be getting paid from day one. And all that.
So then talk to me about it. So now you've got your sister on board. You're going to start now. But then now you're looking around, like, where do you begin? So obviously you got your dad's help, but then like, now it's a transition, isn't it? Because obviously you've gone from in a corporate kind of world where you're a lecturer, you're meeting students, so you know you're in this program that you're talking to people, you're communicating, but then now you're gonna switch on to the business. So where does that kind of come in? You know, the ruthlessness. Like your dad told you that you're a better negotiator than him. But how did that start? Now talk a bit about that.
So basically, what happened was, as soon as she said okay, so we said to her, look, we got to get this product ready now. So from 2017 to 2019, it was just making the product, the design, getting the packaging from abroad, meeting printers, meeting designers, getting a website ready. So the product had to be good in taste. So when I started from the kitchen, we both were testing them. So we were making sure. So we did the fish one in 2 days. We did the chicken one in about 4 days. The lamb one took us about a week and to get it right. So we were testing different flours, different spices, different suppliers, giving us different products. And then this one was the last one. So which took us about a few days as well. So from that, in 2019, we launched at the BBC Good Food Show. Our dad was there, thankfully, and he saw us launch. So from there, we went to shops. So that was our first day, 13th of June.
So
we were there for 4 days. So and then after that, the following Monday, we started going to shops. I walked into the shop. I told him about the product. So this is a tandoori masala for chicken. Yeah, but you know, so and so do this, and their prices are cheaper than yours. So I said, this is a ready-made marinade. It's not a normal seasoning.
What's the difference?
So the difference is that these are ready-made. So flowers and spices are blended.
Already.
You don't have to use any oil, any yogurt, any egg, or any lemon. They're ready-made.
Got you.
Or if you want to add some spice, you can do. All you do is take a tablespoon out or 2 and then sprinkle it over the chicken or lamb or fish, whichever one you're using, and you just blend them. Coat them. The good thing about them is that they're all different in taste, and we don't just change one spice to make it different. We change the whole spice. Like
so each one's very different from the other one.
On average, about 15 spices in each.
Got you.
With the flowers.
Yeah, yeah.
So we went into the shops. So I told them. So they said, "Oh, is this a marinade?" I said, "Yeah, this is a marinade." So they said, "Okay, how much are they?" So I told them. They go, "It is a bit pricey, but you know what? We'll take them." And then people started buying them.
Yeah, yeah. How was that feeling like? Because obviously, so actually before that, so you know the Good Feature show?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you kind of like announced yourself on the scene.
Yeah.
But how did that process work? So how did you even get to the show?
So
Does anyone apply for the show and just kind of get?
yeah, but you have to apply
Yeah.
online. You have to pay quite a few grand.
Yeah.
It was over 4 days.
Okay.
So the setting up, the having the stall, bringing your own chairs and tables,
Yeah.
having your logo up there.
So now, what I'm saying is, you
was
spent
an
money.
ambition.
Yeah, you spent money. It's ambition.
Yeah.
And then there's also like obviously you've got the resilience to actually go for it. You know, because a lot of people are like, oh, you're like, you know, I've got the spices, but like, you know, should I really like? Is it good enough? You know, all these kind of thoughts.
I always say to people that if you are going to do something,
Yeah.
go all out. Okay, but look at the risks as well. So
Calculated risk.
calculated risks. So rather than taking big risks, take calculated risks. So we took that calculated risk because we thought we got a video camera on board.
Yeah.
So he'll make a video. We'll put these on social media later on. So that's the calculated risk. We know we ain't gonna make much money because it's a new product.
Yeah.
But we'll get our name out there
Yeah, create a bit of a buzz.
and then create a bit of a buzz, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
So when we did that, and what we've done now, we've still got that video on our socials.
Okay,
So
yeah.
people look at that video.
Yeah.
So make sure you look at it.
Yeah, now we'll have a look. Yeah. So you know, okay. So now you've announced it, but now you've gone to the shops. Yeah. So now you put it on the shops. People are starting buying it. Yeah. How you feeling? So obviously you're on top of the world, but then now you're thinking I gotta make more. You know, like because the bigger the quantity gets, it gets a bit harder, doesn't it? No.
It's a great feeling. Honestly, it is absolutely a great feeling. It's the best feeling you can have because you know your product's selling.
Yeah.
First, you know, you're skeptical.
Yeah.
People
You have the
like it.
apprehension.
No. But we had it tried from all our cousins. So our family, we've got a big family. So uncles, aunties, cousins, nephews, nieces, we had all brothers, sisters tasting this.
Okay.
So about, say, 70, 80 people.
Yeah.
So we gave marinades to each family
Yeah.
to try it, and they all loved it.
Okay.
So we knew if they love it, they're foodies.
Yeah.
You know, people.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. The target market.
And these marinades are about flavors, flamboyant flavors. They're not spicy at all. And we made them like that. So they're not just for the ethnic minority, they're for everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
And this is what we're trying to do now when we go out and expand.
Yeah. So now talking about expansion, now you're going national.
Yeah, all praise be to Allah and peace and blessings be upon the Prophet Muhammad. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yes, definitely. Can't wait. Honestly, we've got 2 national distributors on board.
Okay.
One national distributor is Hyatt Foods. They are distributing from Birmingham to Cambridge.
Okay.
And the other one is UK Quick Meals. Quick Meals UK, sorry, from Manchester. So they're going to be distributing from Stoke to Scotland.
Stoke, Scotland.
So we got 2 national distributors on board. And as we speak, the pallets are reaching them today, tomorrow.
Yeah. The shipping, obviously, you come here while it's getting shipped, haven't you?
Yeah, so this is a new venture now. This is a new experience on the same product. And we just want our, late father's recipes to go out everywhere, all over UK. We are going to be, at the moment, we're in independent supermarkets.
Okay.
But we are looking to go into multiples very soon, like the Asda's, Tesco's, Farm Foods, Costco, etc. That's going to take another journey. But I'm pretty sure that, people won't be disappointed when they see these there as well.
Yeah.
And we have a website where people buy from. So we always getting orders from there. So we need to push our website as well. So through social media, COVID was brilliant for us because it worked. So people saw our products, tasted our products.
Yeah. Plus everyone's at home, that's a bit more time in the kitchen, testing new flavors and because obviously the dads are getting involved as well, like
So
especially around COVID.
So we've had a warehouse since we launched. So we got into a warehouse in Warsaw first, and then we moved to Birmingham, which was closer to home. So we've been doing production from there, and it's just growing. And now we're scaling up. So scaling up, like you said, is going to be even harder now. To keep up this game, but we have to do it.
Yeah, 100%. That's part of the journey.
Part of the journey.
So thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank you.